Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here and have this little community here on YouTube. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you're doing well. My name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, crystals and their magical properties. I also do readings on the channel, and I talk about all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. So if you're interested in those types of things, you know what to do. Please subscribe, join this amazing community, and click the bell icon so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. And again, this is a safe place. If you're practicing witch, Wiccan, pagan, or whatever spiritual path you may be on, because there's no right or wrong spiritual path. So this is a place where you can ask questions, comment down below as well. Now today's subject is, I'm going to talk about some good things to do when your life is in a mess, some good ideas. So there's going to be times in your life what are messy. Okay, like really bad times, really difficult times, or just there's going to be more than one time in your life when your life's messy. Okay, more than one, but that's the bad news, because there will be times in your life that are difficult situations and hard situations, but that's the bad news. The good news is, though, you can change things around and turn things around. So, and I've got some tarot cards that relate to this situation. So most of us, we're at the Sun card. Before the disaster or the mess happens, we're at the Sun card. You know, we've got happiness and joy in our life. We're happy because we're that used to our life being a certain way. We're that used to our life being a certain way. So it could be like, we're that used to being in this relationship with someone. We love this person, but maybe they love us, but they're not in love with us anymore, and our marriage is falling apart, our marriage is breaking up, and that could be the disaster. It could be you've been in a job for years, you don't love the job, but the job just helps you pay your bills and get by. But again, the Sun is the first card, because before the mess, you know, you're happy, joyful, and you're that used to what you're used to as well. And then there's the Tower. You know, everything's falling apart. That's how it feels like, because you're no longer in the job you used to be in, or you're no longer in that romantic relationship anymore. So your life feels like it's falling apart, like it's a mess as well. That's how it feels. This video, I feel everything we go through in life has something to teach us. Like right now in my life this year, on my birthday, which was the 7th of December, I was out at Greg's with my friends. Then when I came back, my room was flooded. You know, it wasn't all over the place, but basically water from the bathroom tub, one of the pipes sort of burst and then the water dripped through, and my room, you know, water started filling it through. Luckily, the good news is, my sister did save a lot of my stuff, and that's the good thing about it. The bad news is, because of that, things are a bit hectic and quite a mess. So, before this happened, I had the Sun card, because my room wasn't beautiful, but it was half decent, and I loved having a bedroom, and I was happy, joyful in my bedroom. But then the Tower happened, you know? The Tower happened where, no, Nicholas, you've not got a bedroom anymore, bang, because it's messy and it needs fixed because of what's happened. And sometimes in life, you'll find yourself in that situation. And then it's the Five of Cups, which is the next card. This is right now, this person, they're looking at what they've lost and what they're upset about, because they're looking down at the ground at the 3 cups that are down, but they can't see that there's 2 cups around them. So sometimes when your life's a mess, it's hectic, you're down in the dumps. You're that focused on what's bad or what's wrong in your life right now, you can't see how better things are going to get. What you're going through is just your current situation. And then with the Two of Swords, You're at a crossroads. When your life's a mess, you're at a crossroads. You're blind. You don't know what to do for the best. You're mentally blind. You're emotionally blind, and you're all over the place. You don't know what to do for the best when your life's a mess. And when your life's a mess, you want to become the emperor. You want to understand that you are in control of your life, but you're the master of your life. But your thoughts, your knowledge, and your internal resources will bring you back to order and balance as well. And then with the Eight of Cups, it's leaving behind sometimes a big part of getting your life back in order again, because when your life's a mess, you want to get back to order, back to stability. Part of that is like leaving behind things, people, and situations that no longer serve you, but are not good for you. And then with the Empress, when things are tough or difficult, it's important to look after yourself, to be very loving, kind, and nurturing to yourself. And then with the High Priestess, it's about learning and growing. It's about using your knowledge, your skills, or learning new skills and knowledge to get you through that difficult situation when it comes up. And then after the Tower, which is the 16th card, which is your dark and difficult moment, the 17th card comes out, which is the Star. So in your life, things will get difficult. You'll have your Tower moment, where your life's all over the place, it's very hectic-pacty. But the good news is, with knowledge, with a High Priestess, with knowledge and understanding, and the other cards as well, you can find the Star. You can find that order, that structure, and, blessings, and things can get good again. Now, those are cards that resonate when your life's a mess, and the cards sort of give advice about how to solve that problem, or what good things. So the cards represent what your life's like when it's a mess, and then what sort of things you should do when your life's a mess to get things back to order, back to balance and stability. Now, these are some ideas, some tips. So tip number 1 is to reflect. Do some deep journaling. Write down what are the problems in your life. Why is your life a mess right now? Right? Why is your life a mess? Is it because you're out of work and you're struggling financially? Is it because your wife's left you? It's not because you're a bad husband. It's just like, there's stories I've heard where you might be a policeman watching this, or you could be in a job, some type of job, it really takes a lot of time up, and like, you love your work, but you also love your family, but your work demands so much of you, so your wife hardly sees you, or the intimacy is no longer there between you and your wife, because you're trying to create beautiful moments, but your job's getting in the way. And then as time goes on, like, your wife loves you, you've had kids together, and they'll always love you because they built a family with you, they created a life with you, you were good to them, but they're no longer in love with you. And even though time's passed, it's like 20 years you've been married, that wife feels the relationship no longer serves her. And because that marriage is coming to an end, you may feel that your life's in a mess, it's in a pickle. Okay? So it's reflecting on the problems. So number 1, you've got to look at what are the problems, or the problem that's making your life a mess. Number 2 is to fix the problem. Now that's easier said than done, but it can be done. So sometimes, like, if you're the person who's like, maybe you've lost your job, but not only have you lost your job, your wife's leaving you, not because you're a bad person, not because you've treated your wife badly, but your wife just doesn't love you anymore, because the fire, the passion isn't there for your wife anymore, or partner, depending on your relationship status or situation, but your relationship might be coming to an end. So not only are you unemployed, you're no longer in a beautiful relationship, so you feel like your life's a mess. Or maybe you've still got the job, but you're no longer in the relationship. So, and sometimes you can't fix the problem in the sense that you and your wife are going to get back together again. Your wife no longer loves you, the fire's not there anymore. So the way of fixing that would be to go to a therapist and get counselling for yourself, because you may have to accept that your wife no longer loves you, your partner doesn't love you anymore, and you and your partner are never going to get together. But the way of fixing that would be to heal from that, and going to a therapist, counsellor, or talking to a really good friend who you trust. That would be a way of fixing the problem. that would be a way. So it's looking at what step one is really to write down what the problem or problems are, and then number two, in your journal, you want to look at what ways could you solve the problem? How could you fix the mess of the problem? Sometimes you can't actually change the situation into what you want it to be. Like if you're that person watching this and your partner's left you for someone else, or that ideally you wish your partner still loved you and you were still together, but unfortunately you have to accept your partner no longer loves you, the relationship's over. You have to heal from that, and that's the way you fix the problem, by going to therapy, by going to counselling, or going to a good friend and talking it out as well. Number 3, so tip number 3 here, remind yourself this is just your current situation. So I think it's important to remember that, like right now, yes, you're unemployed, or right now you're not in a relationship, and it's sad because you planned your whole life with this person. You might have get married to someone, you could be a woman and you get married to a man. You planned your whole future with this man, but they were only with you for your money, or they just enjoyed spending your money. So they didn't love you, they only married you for your lifestyle, and they only wanted your lifestyle. And then once you were no longer interesting, they left you they cheated on you or went with someone else. So whatever situation you find yourself in, remind yourself that it's just your current situation. Like for example, right now, I'm sleeping in the living room because I do have a bed still, and then tomorrow I've ordered a bed that goes up and down. But right now, I don't have a room, and my desk is quite messy, and my stuff's all over the place. But that is just my current situation, and I know things will get better because eventually my room will be decorated, it'll be nice, and things will be back to order, and I'll be making videos again at my desk or in my bedroom, And in your life, whatever's going on is just your current situation. It's just the way things are right now. Things are not always going to be that way, and you have the power to change and turn things around. And it's important to remind yourself that when life is a mess or your life is very difficult, it's important to remind yourself it's just your current situation. Number 4 is focus on what you're grateful for. That's tip number 4. Because usually when our life's a mess, we're like the 5 of Cups. We're focusing far too much on what we don't have, what's wrong in our life, but we lose sight of what is good in our life. What do we have to be thankful for? So a practice I do, and it really helps me, is writing in my gratitude journal every day. Because every minute of my life, and not every day is going to be good, but there's good in every day, meaning every single day of my life, the good in every day. I could have the worst day of my life, but there could be still things to be grateful for. Or things are not good, and in your life it could be the same thing. Things are not good, or it's been a really bad day, or really bad couple of days or weeks. Your life's just all over the place, it's a mess, but there's still things to be happy and grateful for as well. Okay? There's still things to be happy and grateful for. And number 5 is to take care of yourself. Because when your life's a mess, again, it's embracing the Emperor energy. You want to take care of yourself. You want to nourish yourself. Making sure your mental health, your physical and emotional health is a priority as well. So those are really 5 ideas, 5 things you can do. We're going to help you through a difficult time. Because journaling is a really powerful tool. It can help you in a lot of life's problems. But there's a few exercises here that I've done. You can have different journals, but really writing in your journal what the problems are, and then coming up with ideas to fix the problem. And sometimes it's not necessarily fixing the problem by you and your partner getting back together again. If it's a relationship problem, it's accepting they've left you, and that if that person was meant to be with you, they would be, because what's for you won't go by you. So if they were meant to be with you and live the rest of their life with you, they would. But perhaps they were only meant to be in your life for a time to teach you lessons. But once that relationship comes in, you may need to do some healing. And that's the way you fix the problem, by fixing yourself, by giving yourself more love, more healing, and working on yourself as well. Once you've lost that situation, you're never going to get that partner back. So it's fixing that it's rebuilding your life back together again by, acknowledging the problem and healing yourself. And that's the way you fix the problem if it's a relationship problem, by working on yourself and doing some inner healing for yourself as well. And then sometimes you may have done things wrong in the relationship too. Your partner may have also done things wrong, because it takes two to tango. But the two of you just may not be right for each other. Or maybe you love your partner, but the love is one-sided now, where they love you but they're no longer in love, and it's not a good situation to be in as well. So these are some tips. These 5 tips will really help you. These ideas, these tips will really help you when you're going through a difficult situation in life, or you just feel your life is a mess, and I feel like, reflecting on it, coming up with ideas, writing down ideas to fix the problem, also understanding that this is just your current situation, but it's not always going to be this way, and when you do have the power to change the situation. And then number 4 is to focus on what you're grateful for, because you've got a lot of things to be happy, joyful about, and to be grateful for. And number 5 is give yourself love and nurture yourself when you're going through a messy or difficult time in your life. Be very kind, loving, and gentle. And these 5 ideas will help you when you're going through a difficult time or your life is quite chaotic and a mess. These tips will help. They're not the only tips or ideas out there that will help. There's so many good ideas and tips and so many good advice out there to help you when you're going through a messy or difficult time in your life. But I hope these ideas really help you, and I believe they will, and give you some input, some guidance and support as well. And then if you are going through a messy or difficult time, I hope this video helps you, or when you go through that difficult or messy time, you can always look back at this video and you've got tarot cards that relate to the situation, and then 5 tips that are going to help you get through this situation. So the advice and knowledge here is to help you when you find yourself in a messy or difficult situation, and that the advice through tarot and these 5 tips will help you get back to the Emperor, help you get back in charge of your life and finding order and stability and things to get back to a sense of balance and order. Don't like the word normal, because there's no such thing as normal, but back to balance and order and stability again. Because when your life's a mess and chaotic, well, it's anything but balanced and orderly as well. As always, I hope this helps. It brings some guidance, some comfort as well. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, walk your spiritual path with pride, take good care of yourself, and if you're a practicing witch with me, stay witchy. May meet, may part, meet again. Blessed be.